How do? Time for Spider and Old Scooter. It's me, Old Scooter, and we're hiding under there. You see, is Spider McGillicuddy. There she is. These computers are so confusing. While we're clicking stuff out, oh no, there, then, oh, never mind. Anyway, I'm plugging my books as usual, A Reluctant God. You can go to the book blog at areluctantgod.blogspot.com and learn amazing things such as a new breakthrough news right now, reality, about quantum computing. Numbers of the big players, Google, of course, and IBM, are really throwing it, and they're up to like 16 and 30 qubit quantum computer fans. The machines seem more like ephemera than machines to me so far. Teeny tiny little chip and 16 qubits somehow, right down near absolute zero. Anyway, that's big news. And in this book, the reason I bring up that news, there's a special brand of character, a creation of the genetic engineers using whatever the son of CRISPR is going to be to sort of manufacture these critters, these human beings. They call them psych-fets. They're just regular people, except they have exceptional stuff. And one of them is being able to do direct brain-to quantum computer connections, which none of us common folk could do. But anyway, that's big news and an excuse to plug the book. It's really fun. Predicts about 4,000 different things because I'm a predictive son of a gun. This book is just published. It's full of surprises. Now, at Spider-Mac, she's the artificial intelligence. I'm really into artificial intelligences. And there's certain characteristics of this game that seems, to my science fiction-y mind, to represent artificial intelligence. And I play as hard as I can against her, but she beats me quite a lot. Probably because I'm impatient. So, enough of that. This is the post-party edition of Spider and Old Scooter. No ken to postpartum. We had a party. Well, we entertained last night. That's why there have been 2 days with no Spider and Old Scooters being recorded, because when we entertain, we tear into cleaning house, and that's pretty much the only time we do it. Extensive house cleaning. My wife and I are hardcore house cleaners. We're OC on it, really work hard and do it right. But we don't do it all that often. When somebody's coming over, we're going to have some friends, then we really clean house. So that took a whole day. And then the preparations for the gathering, the party, the food, the drink, all the stuff, all day and into the night. And of course, at the end, we were totally exhausted. So for 2 days, on behalf of real socialization as opposed to sort of phony socialization on the internet. Took me offline for a while. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to be talking about various other things, but not right now. I'm going to play a game, a two-suit version of Spider Solitaire, of which I read there are growing numbers of fans. Well, I don't doubt it. It's such a neat game. It's very preoccupying. As two could go here or here. We're playing on same colors right now. We run out of that option. And I think we're probably close to that right now. And I don't actually see any cross the color line, red on black, black on red kind of plays either. Alright, so we'll shrug my manly shoulders and move on. 8 will definitely go on a 9, and a jack on a queen, and a 7 on an 8. Oh! Something hath aroused the hounds. We have Airedales. 4 of them. And they are our alarm system. But they have false alarms pretty often. You can tell when it's a false alarm. It quits quick. But boy, when they get riled up and they just keep going, you got to stop whatever you're doing and go see what the dogs are barking at. And if it's too scary, you get out the shotgun. You got to have these levels of response. See, sitting right there beside it. It took me all that. I was thinking about the dogs. Took my mind off of it. What this game is really good at, if you're not blathering while you play, is to take your mind off stuff. It's relaxing. It's anxiety reducing. Wonderful game. Play it way more than I should. I'll be writing. I picture myself a writer, and I am writing, and it'll get hard. I can't. The character doesn't sound quite right, or I can't figure out where the plot must twist at this point, and I'm suffering through writer's angst, and so I just stop and go play some Spider Solitaire, which is too easy of a cop-out. I probably could have written 2-3 other books if I hadn't done that by now. Thus, I'm here trying to corrupt you and suck you into the really scary habit, the addiction to Spider Solitaire. Well, this game will not lure you in because it doesn't do diddly squat. Oh, well, I guess I just got a diddly out of that. There's the squat. I lied. It's not that bad a game. I notice when I watch these silly recordings that I shake my head a lot. Sort of, as opposed to doing this, I do this. And also I just shake my head when I talk. I can't help it. I'll try to stop in case it's irritating you. Oh, well, I don't see any more moves. Good, bad, or indifferent. Well, there is one. See, if you say you don't see any more, then sometimes you see more. Seymour Hersh and the news. He wasn't a newscaster. Who's Seymour Hersh? These names come bubbling up out of my wherever. Some people bleed, some people bowl up. All right, press on here. Well, this is a good stopping point. See, there's probably moves there, and you're probably saying, do that, do that, do that. But I wanted to say something about what? Oh. I'm going to try another trick here, too. New information out of Science News, very, very credible source of information, scientific, about all the projections that have done that if the temperature rises a little bit, if global warming proceeds, say for the next 4 or 5 years, at pretty much the level it's doing now, where it's going to do the most damage GDP-wise, and it is, alas, our poor southern tier. I don't mean our poor, because a lot of it is rich, Texas, parts of California, Florida, and so forth, but the usual poorer south too, but the whole southern tier of the country. These dark reds mean they're going to suffer greater loss of GDP. The green, and especially the dark green, they're going to have gains in GDP. So global warming is good if you live along the northern tier. And that goes right on up into Canada, and I would assume if warming continues, nearly all the green's going to move up to Canada. So there you go. Isn't that interesting news? Especially in the context of our esteemed El Presidente. What are you doing up? That's it now. Who is, doing away with all things climate control, period, taking off all the websites, all of the government websites, actually, that reference global warming or have educational stuff about global warming and climate change or have research reports. They're firing scientists right and left, defunding research, taking down a NASA satellite, probably. He may not be able to do that, not take it down, but stop it in development for more and better climate collection information. And his boy, I have no respect for the man, Scott Pruitt, head of the EPA now, firing all 12 scientists on his science advisory board, and there's a lot of reporting that says they will be replaced with energy lobbyists. I mean, I'm staggered. Here we are in an existential threat to all mankind, particularly to us, which seems to interest me more. And we have this doodlebug, this Scott Pruitt, working, I'm quite sure, with the guidance and direction, and go get 'em, Scott, from Donald J. Trump. And it's just beyond conception. That's why I turned to Spider Solitaire. I'm all worked up, and I turned it on. It's just another excuse to play Spider Solitaire. Science news is credible. At the end of the game, I'll give you a little science news. I don't know whether I'll have time or not, but we'll see. All right. You've seen how the cursor is moving all over the screen while I'm talking. That's reflective of how organized my mind is at the moment. It's just bouncing around. So we'll just play whatever I can see. I don't think I actually got my money's worth out of that last deal, but I got so worked up over Scott Pruitt, I lost my way. It's okay. It's okay. Be relaxed, Scooter Pie. By the way, the gathering of which I spoke was really great. It was fun, enlightening, humbling. A bunch of smart people were over here. And I both glory in the presence of smart people, and I feel slightly inferior sometimes. I'm a smart person. I'm a smart person. I mean, it helps if you say that. But it was fun. Oh, great political satire, jabs, rope-a-doping. Everything you can imagine in boxing was applied last night to our administration by people who are smart enough to know. Well, we're almost down to the last gasp of this thing. Well, this is something. Then could I follow? See, even before I got it out of my mouth that I'm not seeing anything, I saw something. It's magic, I tell you. Like this. 432. King. You can't put a king anywhere except a hole. I'm nowhere near punching a hole in the thin blue line. Spider-Mac's ready reserve. Source of her power. Well, the ammunition for her power. Her cannon is her artificial intelligence brain. All right, last deal, or as I call it, the hospice round. I could have stopped right there. I was $81 in the hole. $4.50 to break even. And I'm at $4.68, so I mean $5.50 to break even. Sorry I'm losing my voice again. It cometh, it goeth, but mostly it goeth about this time of nighteth. So you have to forgive me. No, you don't have to forgive me, of course, but it'd be really sweet of you if you'd forgive me. Nothing much. That's it, you know. Oh, what are we going to do? I'm going to tell you about science news. Now watch this, another video trick. It's not video, it's not tricky. In fact, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's disappeared. Or maybe I have to do... No? It has disappeared. Well, I was going to tell you a great thing about Science News and the Society for Science in the Public, which is a marvelous, huge, wonderful organization. And Science News is their magazine. Comes out twice a month, sometimes more. It used to be weekly, but seems to be twice a month now. But it's online, weekly, new every week. And it's wonderful. And it's intelligible to a nominally literate human being, and it'll make you literate in science if you read it regularly. So I endorse them. And that's where the information in the map about how counties in the southern tier are going to take bigger hits from their GDP from global warming as it warmeth. Got a case of the THs this evening. All right, we're about out of time. It's been a joy. Be nice to somebody today and tomorrow.